Liverpool FC, big up to Daryl in the house. Big up to Daryl in the house too. Hope you're well, Daryl. Definitely miss your banter and your fun anecdotes and your introspection on the team and the likes. Hope that you're well. Big up to my brother in Philly too as well. Philly Liverpool FC. Big up to you as well. We are live and direct. Got a big game. Philly Liverpool FC. I know is knows why I'm going live a little bit earlier than I normally do, and that's because I've got another team that I follow that is playing today. So I'm hoping that I can enjoy seeing them progress in the NFL playoffs. So we'll see what happens there. I'm hoping. Got fingers crossed for that one. But welcome back, all my Reds. This is Liverpool Talk Man Show, where we're going to get a little bit crafty with it, because this is more than just your average preview show. Why I say more is because of this. We have a great panel together, assembled together. We are not Avengers or anything like that. We are truly, but they're still superheroes in my book, and that is Lee and JK. Lee, how are you doing today?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Good to see everybody. Let's have a laugh, yeah.
Okay. Definitely. Big up, Norm. Big up, Norm. I appreciate it. Safwan Studios, appreciate it. Definitely. It's the Liverpool is certainly something of a passion when it comes to my life, especially as of late. So it's not a difficult thing to do, get up and talk about your Reds, especially when you got great members of the chat like yourselves, and also especially when I got a nice brethren of crew here like Lee and like JK. And I'll introduce JK to the panel here. JK, how are you?
All good, bro. All good. Best of in the chat as well. Norman, Philly, Eric, everyone, man.
Yeah. I see that you guys are putting in your teams, so I will star that. Sorry about that. Thank you. Didn't want you guys to watch me sneeze. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. I'm gonna star some of your. I got Daryl's. Let me see. I think I saw Norm say he's got a prediction on his team, but I don't see it in the chat just yet. So when you put in the chat, okay, I got it, Norm. You just put it in. All right. We've got a packed episode tonight. Big injury news that reshapes Liverpool's season, certainly. It's the reason why I think I was going off so animately yesterday about Martinelli, who I think is absolutely in my opinion, for my rating of him right now, is in the dumps. Shout out to High Lord, by the way. Big up. And we also have a tightening top four race that just got very real with the next 5 fixtures that we're going to have for all the teams involved, and an FA Cup tie that looks routine on paper, but in reality never is. So So yeah, we're gonna talk about Conor Bradley out for the season. Liverpool's depth being tested again. The margin of error shrinking in the sense of how we can negotiate trying to move further up in the top four race or either holding on to the top four race. And the calendar is about to get more deadly than ever. It's going to get brutal. Let's get into this. Let's start with the headline that nobody wanted to hear. Liverpool have confirmed Conor Bradley will miss the rest of the season after suffering a significant knee injury in the 0-0 draw with Arsenal. The report is telling us that he avoided an ACL rupture. Now, that is huge. And why I say that's huge is because we all know how difficult it is to bounce back from a PCL or ACL injury. PCL is a post cruciate ligament. ACL, obviously, anterior cruciate ligament. But scans show damage to both the bone and ligaments in his left knee. Surgery is coming. Rehab will follow. There's no timeline set for the player's return. Season is effectively over for our right back, Conor Bradley. It also means that, unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to. He's the captain of his international team. He's not going to be able to help them as well in the playoff game that they have, possibly reach the World Cup. And his World Cup appearance is all but finished as well. So it matters. Bradley wasn't just a squad player this season, I don't believe. In my opinion, he was becoming the distinct right back for us. 21 appearances. He had a little bit of rhythm building lately. He was obviously gaining trust with Arne Slot in being picked. He had momentum. This wasn't just an injury. Like I said, it was a derailment for him. And it's been really, really sad to see because the player this isn't the first time he's been on the mend. It also leaves Arne Slot with a tactical headache that he does not want in the middle of a top four race. Let's be honest. Jeremie Frimpong is now the only natural senior right back on the team, if you want to call it that, because I know some might say, oh, but he's a right wing back, or he's a right wing, maybe right winger. Some might say also Joe Gomez is, but Joe Gomez can fill in, but he's also the only senior center back cover we have for VVD and Canate, with Leone out, Isak out, Bashetic out, Endo out, Salah out. It's like, oh my goodness. Liverpool's depth chart right now looks like a squad that resembles a Jenga tower. It's like, we keep pulling the blocks out from the tower, and we're just hoping it doesn't fall over. Obviously, Ramsay is going to be a part of the equation now, and he's going to be a big part of the equation. We're going to see Calvin Ramsay become a big part of the equation. But I'll ask this to you in the chat, and I'm going to ask this especially to our panel. Is this now a problem big enough that Liverpool will have to go in the market for a right back? Or can Slot, solve this internally? Is it, next man up mentality? Is it, we have to solely rely on the right back duties being thrust upon Frimpong? I'll ask that of Lee and then JK when he's ready.
Only if Ramsay can be depended upon. But when we've tried to depend on Ramsay before, he's another one who always gets injured. And now it's happening to Bradley. He's to have no luck in certain positions sometimes. We're not having no luck at right back. I just hope Frimpong can stay fit, mate, and he doesn't get injured again. Because we'll be buggers if he does. Maybe, it would be to try and find someone who can play centre back and right back, which isn't too uncommon to find someone who can do both. But we need someone good. You don't just be buying stopgaps or anything, but we need help. We haven't got enough players at the back now. And they're falling, like, aren't they, by the wayside with every passing week. So I think rather than tempt fate and let it get any worse, we should buy somebody post haste because we need them.
So if you're buying a player in the way that you're proceeding with, like, the with the club, would that mean that you're buying, because you said you don't want to get a stopgap, so that means that you're buying a right back that's going to be our future right back, or the one that we step forward in the future with? Does that mean that you're moving on from Conor Bradley?
Well, given his injury record since he's been a first team option and he's been used in the first team, maybe. I mean, how many times is he injured? I mean, it's a lot. The kid doesn't play often. Same thing happens to Ramsay. Maybe Ramsay's over that now and he could have some triumphant return. That would be a lovely little thing if that happens off the back of what's happened to Conor as a silver lining. But maybe we should be thinking about other options now to back Frimpong up, because Conor has had a colourful injury history since he's been a first team player with Liverpool, hasn't he? A storied injury history since he's been a first team player for Liverpool, sadly.
JK, you feeling the same?
Red Hamter, you've killed me, bro. Oh, too funny, bro.
I see what he just did. Yeah.
Oh, I'm crying inside, bro. That's too funny. Oh, bro. The right back position, I'm going to tell you something here quickly. Ever since Trent and his headache and him leaving and all this, that right back situation has been the worst situation of the whole season. We've had Curtis Jones played there, Sobotlai, Arne Slot. He's even played there. Lee's even come in and said, you know what, I only live down the road. I can play right back this week. That right back situation has been awful for us this season, bro. Frimpong and Bradley were both injured for a long time as well. And I think Bradley against Arsenal was great, bro. He did a few things in the game, came across where he just headed the ball out a few times, and this, that, and that. I'm thinking it's good to see Conor Bradley having a good game. As soon as that ball went out in that game, where it was just weird, bro, the way he sort of tried to get it out. And I'm thinking, why didn't you just let it run out? You don't need to touch the ball there.
For it to happen so late as well was horrible, wasn't it? Like, right at the end of the game, mate.
Yeah, it was a nothing thing. It was just a ball that would have gone out. And that's why I feel really bad. Imagine the guy kicked it the other way. He wouldn't have got that injury. And that's football, bro. One direction of the ball can sort of ruin your whole career for a good year. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking he's looking forward towards the World Cup playoffs. And he's thinking I'll get into the World Cup, whatever, Oh, man, I feel sorry for the lad. Look, Ramsay, he's been on the subs bench a lot recently. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
What's the point of having him on the subs bench when you don't even give him a game?
Yeah.
So it's about time
you
now.
have to.
You got to get, tomorrow I'm playing him right back. We're not playing Barcelona, Bayern Munich. We're playing Barnsley. Yeah. Frimpong, a lot of people prefer playing him as a right sort of attacking sort of forward. And it works if he can improve his crossing, because you can see he got 2 assists just a few games back. I'd play Ramsay right back tomorrow and against Burnley if he does well tomorrow. So that could be the thing for Ramsay. Say, listen, lad, play well in the cup game, FA Cup, you got to start against Burnley. Bang. You don't need to say anything else. For the lad to put a shift in tomorrow. That's how I'd, if I was manager, that's how I'd do things like that. Little Ramsay say, you know what, Ramsay, listen, it's out of order what's happened to Bradley. Frimpong, I like using up the right side more, up the pitch. There's a chance for you now. There you go.
You know what it is with right back, Hilo? There's a lot. I was the same. I wanted to play on the wing and that, but I get stuck back at right back sometimes, like, because I wasn't a good enough winger, perhaps. You can see that Conor Bradley was a winger earlier in his career before he became a fullback. It's very apparent, like, from the way he moves with the ball and that, like. But yeah, there's right back's one of those positions that traditionally is probably the easiest to fill in the team.
True, because you can drop a midfielder in there who's right-footed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's why spots like Curtis Jones, anyone's got right foot, they've played right back in our team. Nah, man. Yeah, Hugo, yeah, bonkers. I think Hugo might be available, but for me, as I've said before, I wouldn't even play him against Burnley, Hugo. I'm saying chill, relax, come in for the Marseille game. That look, we don't really need an Ekatike there tomorrow. Rest the brother. It's freezing. We don't need to do that. So yeah. In that way, Slot could use his common sense a bit more. We don't need Hugo tomorrow. We don't even need Hugo against Burnley.
Well, I guess you've already brought up Calvin Ramsay into the conversation. Excuse me. And he's 22 years old. He's still very young, by the way. Signed in 2022. It's kind of crazy because that's 4 years ago. So that means we signed him when he was only 18 years old. But he's been on 4 loans, 1 senior appearance this season. It was the League Cup loss to Palace. But Slot praised him in that effort. Afterwards, he was calm. I thought he played well in that game, actually. He's calm, he's composed, he was tidy with the ball. I guess you could say, though, being praised in October, but being praised in October doesn't necessarily translate to being trusted in January or relied on in February or March or whatever. They're two very different things. So this isn't about potential anymore with Ramsey. It's about this is your sliding door opportunity. This is about the pressure's on. However, this could be the opportunity that you've been waiting for your entire life. This is the opportunity for you to step up, play for us, and do what you know or what you was deemed to be your ability to do. Now, I'm not saying that Calvin Ramsay is going to be, the next Trent Alexander-Arnold. But sorry for saying the name, by the way. But I do think that he can provide some of the qualities that we saw at right back that we need, and that is good crossing, is defensively measured. And I'll ask you this then: should Liverpool hand Ramsey the opportunity, or is this the moment where caution has to beat sentiment, and you're going to find us putting in, Dami Szoboszlai as our next right back, or Curtis Jones as our right back? What do you think is the move for you? I'll go to JK first, and then go to Lee.
Well, I'm going Ramsey right back. So he's been at the club how many years now? 4.
Mm-hmm.
When's the brother going to get a chance, man? So Barnsley, perfect opposition at home, so we don't have to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Burnley's at home, so we don't have to travel, and it's cold. And then we got Marseille. So I'm looking at that Marseille game as the game I really want to win, and then that Carabao game we'll have after. That will get us up the table, just look better for us so we can rest players in that game. So I'm just thinking the next 2 games, give Ramsey a chance. Who else is there? Rio, for sure. Neone, for sure. Curtis can drop in there. Chiesa for me as well. So there's a lot of fringe players who can get a game tomorrow. And also, I'm saying to any of them...
I thought you were talking about right back. I thought you were talking about playing at right back. I was like...
No, right back for me is Ramsey. Yeah. That's Ramsey. But just like the rest of the team, Slot can say, you know what? everyone who's going to get a game tomorrow against Barnsley, show me what you got. You might get a game against Burnley starting. Why? Because Burnley isn't great, bro. They're going to put everyone behind the ball, whatever. So we can play a few fringe players against Burnley at home and take care of business. That's how I'm looking at it. Yeah, the right back Ramsay straight away. No questions asked. Hi, Dara. Hope you're cool, man.
Yeah, pick up Dara. Pick up. What about for you? Yeah, for you, Lee.
I want the same thing. I want Ramsay with Frimpong in front of him. Yeah, because that's going good at the moment, playing Frimpong further forward. Want us to play a good team. What division of Barnsley? What one are they in? First division?
First division,
First
isn't
division. First
League
division.
One.
Yeah.
All right. Bloody hell, been a long time since I've seen them. They were in the Premier League
yeah.
in the late 90s, briefly. Michael Parkinson, you wouldn't probably know who he is, 12 big chat show fella in England. Michael Parkinson, old guy. He's a Barnsley fan from Barnsley, coal mining town. I just want a good win. I want us to continue like being, getting better, trying to get better after what we did against Arsenal. See some of the fringe players, but like just for periods, like I want us to take care of business. And hey, did you see Crystal Palace get knocked out by Macclesfield?
Yeah,
who are non-league? Mate, Macclesfield aren't even in the Football League. The last time that happened, it was Crystal Palace who were the team who knocked out. They were a non-league team or something, and they knocked someone out, and that was in 1909.
And they're the whole well, man. You know what I mean? I watched that game. The Palace
Haven't
game.
Everton been knocked out already? Who's the other one?
Everton has been knocked out as well. Yeah.
Who knocked Everton out? I've forgotten.
Sunderland.
Sunderland on penalties.
That's a Prem team. Who else got knocked? Forest out, are they, against someone?
They are too. They are out as well.
It?
What do you reckon of Hudson-Odoi? I reckon he's
it was a championship team, I think, that knocked them out.
Penalties. Was it penalties?
Wrexham. Yeah, Wrexham.
It was Wrexham.
Oh, Wrexham. They knocked Arsenal years ago when Wrexham were
Mickey Thomas.
I think it was the year before the Premier League started. Arsenal, Mickey Thomas scored for Wrexham.
Yeah.
That was a big one. But the Crystal Palace one was mad. So I want us to take it seriously anyway, even if they are Championship and we're at League One and we're at home. Get the win, get a bit of confidence for some guys. And
give game time, bro. Like for me, Slot should not look at this FA Cup and think, oh, it's an extra game I just don't need. As I've said, Arne Slot's job is to keep everyone sweet. Use the FA Cup to keep everyone sweet and use that as an initiative for fringe players to put themselves in the frame to start games, bro. Because I think
he's yeah. No, finish your thoughts.
No, I'm just saying, like, these sort of competitions can be used as a stage for certain players just to show the boss, you know what, I'm available to play in the Premier League as well and Champions League. So, yeah.
I was just going to add that we spoke on it somewhat yesterday and the day before that too. Even FA Cup's got to be a priority. It's got to be. It's not obviously a bigger priority in Champions League, but the FA Cup now has to be a priority tournament for us. It could be one of our lone opportunities to bring home any type of silverware this year. And that's the scary reality of our season so far. And this is coming from a coach that last year shrugged off the FA Cup. I know people are gonna be like, oh, is 12 getting on Arne Slot again? Look, it's the sheer fact that a lot of us were upset about the bench that we brought to who we played, Plymouth, right? Did we play Plymouth in the game last year? And his explanation of that was because FA Cup games and League Cup games are looked at by this coach as being opportunities for the youth academy. This is opportunities for us to rest players, opportunities for us to, recover. That's not my approach to the FA Cup, to be honest with you. But FA Cup is one of the few opportunities we're going to have to win silverware, other than the League Cup, or excuse me, other than the Champions League. Excuse me. Big up,
Have you heard the
Trudeau.
latest news? Osimhen's on his way.
Yeah, there you go.
He's landing soon,
He's
Norman.
on foot, isn't he? He's on foot. That's why. That's what's been the hold up. He's walking here.
He said, "Let me finish the African Cup of Nations. Then I'm on my way."
Then he's on his way. Hey, if our striker situation, who knows?
You know what I mean, bro?
Who knows?
You know, when sometimes when I've watched Liverpool over the years, I've always thought, I'd love to play in that 9 position because of the quality in the midfield or in the way we've been playing football, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'd love to play like tomorrow. Imagine playing number 9, man.
Yeah. Look, this is going to be a defining moment for Slot, I think. How he maneuvers, how he goes about putting together a squad again, and I mean a thorough squad. I don't mean putting together, some youth academy players, obviously, or I'm calling them youth academy players, even though they are senior players now, but former youth academy players like Rio and Trey, bringing on maybe fringe players like Chiesa or Gomez, and then mixing them with a couple of trying to get form starters. It's got to be more than just that. The bench has to be susceptible to bringing on players that could make a difference in the game, not players that are just looking for minutes and opportunities to say, this is my debut. So it's going to be interesting the way Slot goes and maneuvers his way around this issue, especially now that the right back role has been a real issue for us all year. And look, we're juggling injuries. Everyone is trying to get better, trying to recover, trying to get fresh enough to be able to make the runs in these competitions. But we still got a top 4 race to go for as well. Liverpool is still 4th, still unbeaten in 10 across all competitions, still technically in control of their of the narrative. But let's be honest, this is no longer comfortable. 3 straight draws have quietly eaten into the margin. That's 6 points that we've let go from those matches. And I would say 6 points that we should have accumulated in our total. And that 2-point cushion over 5th place feels even thinner than it sounds because momentum has slowed slightly. We can't rely on draws anymore. A draw and a win by our 5th place followers. I believe it's Brentford, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, we're in 5th place ourselves. So the psychological edge has definitely been softened, I guess you could say. It's been suddenly the calendar feels heavier than the table. And Burnley at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
I just feel the next few fixtures are not so hard, bro. Like for me, the Barnsley Burnley game is a blessing in disguise, considering our injuries and everything. And I think playing at home as well in both fixtures is also a blessing in disguise because of the weather as well, bro. It is nippy.
The reason why I'm saying this is because Burnley at home should be routine.
Yeah.
Nothing has felt, but nothing this season has felt routine this season. Nothing. The reason why people are like getting on, why are you picking? I remember you picked them as well. I know, but like KJ picked them. I picked them. I picked us to win against Arsenal. Everyone's like, "What are you crazy?" I saw all the content creators out there, a lot of content creators out there being like, no one picked us to win this game. That's why a draw should be good, you know. But Bournemouth away is always a tricky fixture. Newcastle at home is a tricky fixture. Those are games that we have coming up in the next 5. I'm going to talk about the upcoming games that we have for us and the 5 upcoming games that our 5th and 6th place chasers have on the books as well. But why I'm saying that this next couple of games are still important or still a little bit heavy, in my opinion, is because that margin of error, that leeway that we had before, where maybe they wouldn't have been such heavy fixtures if we hadn't drawn 5 out of the last 10. Maybe they wouldn't be such a heavy burden on us if we hadn't gone on 3-4 game losing streaks during this season. Our margin of error is razor thin. And we've seen this team sometimes play to our competition's level, where teams that we should just be like, oh, you would have said the same thing about these teams before. Oh, it should be done and dusted. Let's look past this game. You can't. I personally, at least I think you can't. No team is even at Anfield. We would sometimes be like, oh, it was at Anfield, so this game should be even easier.
Now, we've been at off before at Anfield in the FA Cup when we've been playing dodgy Bristol City, Brian Tinian. Oh dear, that was 3rd round, I think, as well, under Suresh. I think it might have been the result that got him the sack when we got knocked out the cup in the 3rd round by Bristol City at Anfield. Brian Tinian, their centre-back, got the winner. But, you've got to take teams seriously, mate. You really have. And, we haven't been playing brilliantly, have we? So, we've got to take it very, very seriously, because it'll be a test. It's a different type of test than what we've had recently, but no less of a test. Just got to get it right, get what we need, which is the win, and try and do it without incurring any more injuries, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I saw the shout earlier. Yeah, they went pretty decently up. They had Arsenal went into this game, for instance, against Portsmouth. They went up against them. Martinelli had a hat trick in that game.
The rotter, the cad, the bounder, the ill-mannered swine.
Yeah. Jones. Jesus was up front. He had an assist. Madueke was up front for them. They had Eze, they had Marino, they had Nawari, they had Lewis Skelly, they had Gabriel, they had Norgard, they had Ben White, and they had Kepa in goal. That's a pretty decent lineup. It's not like they're playing some behemoth.
Well,
brilliant.
Good to see that score high was put in.
Nice one,
too. Welbeck, good to see one of their old boys doing the damage, and that song that we've often sang at Anfield. I grew up hearing that song. You'll win, F all again, Manchester. Just grows louder and louder in my head because it looks like they will win precisely F all yet again.
There you go.
Fair play to Welbeck, bro. Look at his age. He's been playing football for decades, that guy, and now is the best he's ever played, man. He's played for United, Arsenal, but this season, he's scoring, man. Fair play.
Been good for Brighton, Danny has. He's played a lot for England, early. I remember, when he was quite young, he got a lot of England caps and then fell out of favour. But he's always been talented. He's awkward to play against for defenders, I would say, Danny. He's got a certain style against them, and he knows where the net is. Awkward customer sometimes. And it's funny that he's doing it to his old club. Love it.
Yeah, you gotta love that, actually. Gotta love that. It seems like that's the case for a lot of different circumstances.
I have got
this year.
feelings towards Brighton. Their fans have never done anything to annoy me or them as a club, indeed. So, like, I quite like them. I think, yes, it's good if they do. I liked it when they got in the, what was that thing? They got Jeremie took them into Europe, didn't he? But he didn't do well. Was it in the Europa League they got? Was it? Under the Jeremie? Or it might have been the other one, that lower one, but they got into Europe. It didn't go well, did it? He ended up leaving.
Yeah. Well, even though JK and I disagree about the heaviness of the weight of, or the weight of these upcoming fixtures, all the same, Burnley at home should be routine. But nothing has felt routine, like I said. And Bournemouth away is tricky. Newcastle at home should be another game that we have to keep really involved, keep our eye on. City at home is a psychological exam. Sunderland away could be a banana skin, game for us. So if you compare that with the rest of who we're going to, as in Brentford and Newcastle and Chelsea and the likes, they've got some interesting games on their bill too. Brentford's rise is something that a lot of people have been applauding. Not many of us think that this is going to be Brentford's, opportunity to make it into Europe per se. But Brentford has a pretty brutal schedule. They have Chelsea away, they have Forest home, they have Villa away, they have Newcastle away, and then Arsenal at home. That's 5 games that could easily break momentum for them and push them further down the table. Newcastle run is probably the most dangerous out of the group because it includes obviously Liverpool, but it also includes Villa at home. It does have Wolves away, but that matchup against us at Anfield is going to be big for Newcastle. Brentford at home is going to be a big fixture for Newcastle. Spurs away, who knows what's happening with the Spurs, whether they get it together or not. But they're juggling Cup and Europe right now, Newcastle, and or at least Spurs are. So it should be a unique situation for them. And then you have Chelsea. Chelsea's fixture list is why these games for us are very, very important. And why I'm saying that is because their form is anything but good right now. We get that. Chelsea is not in a good place in form. 1 win in 9, new manager, identity crisis, all noted. But they have some decent games that they have to go up against. They have United, they have City, and Arsenal back to back. That's not a restart. That could be, a trial by fire, if you want to call it that. So I know that a lot of you are thinking, well, what is it that who will we have to contend with? Who are the biggest threats in this league that you think we have to contend with? Are you worried about the teams behind that are trying to gain ground on us, or are you just focused primarily on trying to gain ground on the teams in front of us? What is your idea, Lee? What is your thought process going into the next 5 games that we have?
We've got to get some points, haven't we, to make sure we stay where we need to be, which is in the top 4 where we are now. I don't want to fall back below that position. If anything, I want to climb and hopefully get above Villa, possibly catch City. We won't be catching Arsenal, mate, but there's still a possibility if we put a Spurs on, we could catch City. If City drop a few more points, and that's what I'm looking at. Don't want to fall back below 4th. I mean, it could happen, but we should have enough to fend off who's below us. Looking at, I've got more faith in us doing it than I have in them. Some of our rivals for like the last couple of. I mean, is it 5 places again this season? Is it in the Champions League like last time? Because Chelsea won the.
There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee.
Conference League
We have to
again.
wait. I think. Right, the coefficient's going to be worked out by the performances of the teams. So if all the teams in the Premier League, advance into the knockout stages or even are in the top 8, and we hold the best coefficients, average amongst all of the teams or all the leagues, then we'll get that 5th spot. We'll get that 5th spot. I don't really.
Yeah, well, I was laughing last season because I was saying, like, they've brought it in now. We've never had it before. 4 was the maximum previously. And I said, we're not likely to be needing this 5th spot, because we running away with the league last season and all that. I just couldn't see us needing to even look at 5th spot. But if it's a thing again this season, I'd be pleased just to give us that extra bit of leeway. In case our form doesn't rise itself and we continue to stutter. We've got to be in the Champions League financially. Like, that would be a massive blow if we weren't. But I think we will be, touch wood, because the others don't look up to much. Like,
yeah. How about for you, JK? I know you're a positive thinking person, so I understand that you're most likely thinking about who's in front of us rather than who's trailing us. But
look at them games ahead of us and that. Not tough. Yeah, Man City at home, but they're not being great as well. So look ahead instead of looking behind.
I want United to beat City, mate. I want a big win
for them. I don't want Arsenal to.
Is it still Fletcher? Is it? Is Solskjaer coming back? Or
Fletcher there.
Well, I hope it's a win for Fletcher, so we could make up 3 points on them if we win. It's only bloody Burnley. We better at saying that though. Like, they can be stubborn. They got a draw at United. Great goal from that lad at the end, wasn't it? I forget his name because he's quite a new player to me, but a great equaliser for Burnley against United. Laughed me head off at that. It was a gem.
Yeah. I don't even know if we should put Brentford's games in, because Brentford's got a top 5 games. They got Chelsea, they got Forest, then they've got Villa, then they've got Newcastle, and then they got Arsenal. Away, home, away, and home. Those are tough matches.
I could see Chelsea.
4 out of 5 of those matches are pretty tough.
I could see Chelsea dropping a lot of points in their run that you put up, starting with Brentford, even though it's at Chelsea. I see Brentford getting a result at Chelsea of one form or another. And I can see that going on as well. They're playing Palace then, aren't they? And there's another bloody London game in there. West Ham, who knows West. Yeah, even Wolves away in Leeds. I see them dropping points in any of them the way Chelsea have been lately. Rossini's got quite a job on to get them playing better, hasn't he? Because he really fell off, which is pleasing to me, obviously. Do not like that club.
Well, we all want to predict wins for every game for the 5 games for us. So that's what it is. But here, let's see what we would be working against. I'm going to do a quick one. Chelsea versus Brentford. Do you have Chelsea winning that game? I know it's tough to pick 5 weeks into the future, but if you had to predict,
I go for a draw in that one. The Brentford get a draw, or they could actually get a win, but I'll say it's a draw. Chelsea salvage a late winner, late equaliser. Beg your pardon.
Okay.
After going behind.
Okay. Against Crystal Palace. Against Crystal Palace, what do you think?
I don't know who Palace are playing this week in their next game.
They need to bounce back after that loss.
We do. So
That was
That'd be an
embarrassing.
interesting one. Like it's a big good matchup, Palace and Chelsea.
Yeah.
I say, uh, I'll say Chelsea win that one.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I just think it's going to be an interesting run of games for all these teams. I mean, Manchester United. Look at Manchester United's run. They got Arsenal away, then they have Fulham at home, then they have Tottenham at home, then they have West Ham away. Oh, and then they have the Manchester Derby coming up too. By the way.
Yeah, Fulham is a team they normally beat. Tottenham at Old Trafford can be a banker for them sometimes. But City at home and Arsenal away, don't fancy the chances in either of them, to be honest. Like, given their current form, like, one can only hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's why I'm saying, it's why I'm trying to say these or make my point clear that I think this Barnsley game is what it is, but I mean this Burnley game is important as well. I think this Burnley game isn't a walkover type game. It's a game that matters because I don't want to see if we need to do more than just draw against Burnley. And considering Burnley is probably, by the way, it's 2-1 in that game. Sesko has just scored for United. It's a game, Burnley becomes a game where the team is going to go into the mindset of trying to get a draw against us. Just not concede and get a draw. If they get lucky, they'll take it, but that's it.
Remember how deeply defended at their place when they were the home team?
Exactly.
They're going to take up residence on the edge of the 6-yard box, aren't they?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. There are going to be some squatters. But that's why it's not because it's a glamorous game. It's not going to be a glamorous game, but because it's about control. And we need to control the game from the very start to the finish to get a result and continue pushing towards W's rather than towards the draws. We can't continue to get draws and think that we're going to hold on to top 4. It's one of the few moments where Liverpool can restore an ounce of confidence, an ounce of rhythm, an ounce of authority, and that's at home. We don't need perfection. I'm not saying that to be perfect, but we need wins, period. And I think that's the biggest part and point about it. All right, I said it wasn't going to be just a preview show, but it does have a bit of a preview. And the pressure that we have coming to Anfield next is this Barnsley game. I think we all are turning the page from the Emirates and looking ahead, because Monday night is not just a formality. It's a test of discipline. It's about squad management. It's about mentality. It's about Liverpool hosting Barnsley at Anfield. And again, in my opinion, my humble opinion, while on paper this is a mismatch, the context makes it anything but routine for us. In reality, this game could easily be a trap game. And that's what is the problem with taking this game lightly. We got the injuries, the availability picture. It's not light reading, I guess you could say, if you're looking at a article about it. We all know Conor Bradley's been ruled out for the rest of the season with significant knee injury. We spoke on that. He's going to have surgery this upcoming week. It's a massive blow, not just for the depth, but for what he's given this side in intensity. I think in some real bravery and tactical flexibility. But Liverpool will do everything to have Hugo Ekitike available after he's missed the last 2 matches? I brought up a stat that spoke on our win rate with Ekitike involved and Ekitike not involved. They are night and day difference. It's something like 60-some
if he's ready for Barnsley. We've missed him.
Yeah,
I definitely
it's
like it as
90-some
well.
percent.
Yeah, give him a chance of scoring upon his return. We should keep it going for him because he was in nice form before he picked up that bit of a whatever it is that he's got. So I want to see him back soon as, and if it's against Barnsley, I'll be pleased.
Ooh. Manchester United just got a red card in this game from Shea Lacey. Shea Lacey?
Never heard of him.
You're like, who? You're like, who's that?
Shea Lacey, it's a new one on me. I know he's brought some kids into the team.
He's a right winger. He's 18-year-old right winger for he's an England-born national right winger, and he plays for Manchester United's under 21s. He was substituted in for Mason Mount in the 62nd minute, and in the 87th minute, he picked up a foul, and then he argued with them, and the ref told him to go do one. Go take a shower.
Okay. No, I was going to say I was never fond of Darren Fletcher. I never thought he was that good a player. His face used to rub me up the wrong way and still does. Cagney and Lacey.
Cagney and Lacey, I know. That's really going way back. Cagney and Lacey.
Remember the husband, Harv, the fellow with the muzzy, Tyne Daly's husband, Harv. Yeah.
I don't remember him, but I know that she did have a husband in it.
Yeah, my mum and dad used to, my mum and my stepdad, so I used to watch it when I was a kid. I used to buzz off it, yeah. I used to buzz off the other actors because some of them had funny names. What was that fella there? Sidney Clute. There was a fella he was a little owl fella with like a bow tie, and he was called Sidney Clute. I just thought that was the funniest name ever when I was a kid, Sidney Clute.
Well, look, much like I think Slot is listening to JK, I don't think the careful language in talking about Ekitike suggests he won't be rushed back into service. Wataru Endo, Wata, as he's affectionately called, remains sidelined, as do Jayden Danns, who probably would have gotten some type of play in this game if he was available. Obviously, we know Alexander Isak is still on the mend. Mohamed Salah away for AFCON. So, yes, rotation is certainly something we're going to see. It's certainly something that's necessary. But Slot has been very clear. This will not be a kids' team. And it will not resemble last season's Plymouth trip. It is a complete 180 this coach has taken with the approach to the FA Cup. And I'm happy to see that he's putting more attention to detail for this FA Cup because I want to win all the competitions. And you could argue that maybe this is an opportunity for us to build momentum, get things going. He has guaranteed a strong squad will be named against Barnsley, and that tells you something about how seriously he's taking this competition and how aware he is that Liverpool simply cannot afford to exit domestic cups. He can't say the statement. He can't say the statement that he's happy to be out of the FA Cup. He can't make that statement the way he did about the League Cup. So with Slot insisting the core of the first team will be involved, now academy rotation, maybe a blend of starters, some players. some pre-planned changes as well. I saw some people put their lineups in. I'm going to put that up as well. Lucky, Dara's right. Lucky could be a player. I think that could be involved in the lineup, but we're going to see whether that's the case or not. This injury to Bradley really makes a difference into how we go about it. Tell me what, before I give you my predicted 11, and this is my predicted 11 of what I would more like to see, less than what I predict Arne to do. What is the 11 that you'd like to see involved? Not necessarily what you think Arne's going to do, but what you'd like to see him do. 2-1, by the way. Brighton have beaten Manchester United and knocked Manchester United out of the FA Cup. 2-1 in the FA Cup.
Excellent. Just what we needed. It extinguishes their last hope of a trophy this season, which means that song is ringing in my ears again, that familiar old tune of what they'll win and what they have won for a long time in real terms, which is our fault. So, yeah.
Sorry, just thinking of Bill. Whenever I hear someone say excellent, I think of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. But go ahead. Tell me, tell me what you think is going to be our excellent adventure in this FA Cup. What lineup do you want to see? And what lineup do you think you'll see?
Ramsay with Gomez and Virgil. Is Ibu banned? Because Ibu got a booking when Martinelli got his, didn't he? Start making bans, right?
No.
The FA Cup has its own thing anyway, does it? And all that bollocks. Anyway, yeah, I think I'd rather have Joe play with Ramsay and play Robbo, and Virgil. And then Frimpong with Gravenberch, Jones, Soboslai, Wirtz, and if Akatike is fit, play him. If not, play Gakpo.
Okay, and that's your lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to be Arne's lineup?
I think you go with a strong lineup to make sure we get the job done, especially after him noticing how many teams have been knocked out. Already, you might see there's a chance for him now to win something this season, because we might not have big hopes of winning the Champions League this season now, but this could be a trophy for him, couldn't it, potentially? Let's hope he looks at it that way. And just, and thinks to himself, well, yeah, quite a few big clubs have got knocked out, including the holders, our city rivals, our rivals from up the East Lancs Road. They've gone for the Forest are out. So, yeah, let's make good of that and get through to the next round safely and securely. And, we'll give some of the youngsters then, if we're winning easily enough, give them minutes, give Trey and Rio as many minutes as we can. But keep it to the first team players who want to start in 11. See if we can get Feddy some action, maybe as well. See if we can get in on the goals act.
Okay. How about for you, JK? Let's see if JK is with us. Tell us what you're. If you're with us, this tell us when you're with us, JK. I'll bring up while I wait. I'll bring up Daryl. I don't know if Daryl's still with us, but this is his lineup for tomorrow. He's got Marmadashvili, Ramsey, Gomez, Kanate, Robbo, Jones, Leone, Maka, Rio, Chiesa, and Cody up top. Norm has it. Ali, Frimpong, Robbo, Virgil, Gomez, Grav, Jones, Dom, Wirtz, Cody, and Rio in his lineup as well. Let's see. What was it gonna say? It would be.
No, it's encouraging to see so many sides go spinning out of it at this first stage. That the big clubs get it, to the Premier League teams get involved. To see so many go out already is encouraging for our chances. It could only be that way. So we've got to take it seriously, and hopefully we'll have a good game, and there'll be something to be positive about. Yeah, it's only like in Barnsley, but a win is a win is a win, and we haven't had enough wins lately. So I'll be more than pleased if we can have a good game with some good playing, it's some nice finishes, and then no injuries, no more injuries, please. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, touch wood, etc. Ad infinitum.
Yeah. Would be no more injuries. Certainly no more injuries. Let's see. I'm going to go with, hopefully my internet isn't going to start acting weird all of a sudden. But let me bring this out. If it does, if I suddenly disappear, definitely hold it down. I will bring it back. I will be back. But if I was going to say my predicted, the lineup that I would like to see us come out with would be this following. This isn't Arne Slot's lineup. This is the lineup I would like to see us play with. And that would be Marmardashvili in goal, Ramsay on the right, Gomez next to him, Robbo next to him, Kirkes next to him. Now, the midfield pivot would be Nioni and McAllister. I would go with Frimpong, Rio on both wings, Jones as our 10. And I would like to see Florian Wirtz as our false 9. Now, if that doesn't happen, I know you're probably like, oh, but you left Chiesa out. I know. I don't know. I think Chiesa will get playing time in this. And if he were, I could easily say, if you don't put Wirtz in at the 9, you put Chiesa in at the 9. And that would be the lineup that I would go with, at least for my interpretation of what should be handled. There is another option Slot could use, and that is he could go with a different variety. He could start Virgil van Dijk. I don't want to see Virgil start this game, to be honest with you. I think it'd be an opportunity to give Virgil a rest, a much needed rest, by the way, for Virgil. And think that other than that, I think you could see a lot of different cases of maybe he calls up a left back from the youths, or maybe he calls up Lucky, who has played for us not played, but been called up for us a couple of times. Let's be honest about what this really is, and that's Barnsley arrived 4 days after the Arsenal draw, 5 days before Burnley. That's a kind schedule, I would say, for us, because it also means Liverpool cannot use fatigue as an issue or an excuse. Slot does not have endless depth. We understand that, but he does not have a fully fit squad either. What he does have is enough quality to take this seriously, and enough intelligence, football intelligence, to manage it properly. It's about professionalism. It's about respect, and it's also about not letting a League One side turn this into chaos. So, what matters more on Monday to you, Lee? The performance, the result, or simply getting through with no injuries, no new injuries? What are those three things that's more important to you?
They all are, to be honest. The performance, the result, and the no more injuries. We need a good performance. Right. Yeah, we have to have a good performance to try and give us a bit of bounce for the Burnley game, so we can get 3 points there. the results, obviously, well, I suppose the results would be the important thing, make sure we're through. I mean, if we rest Virgil, we're taking a bit more of a chance because it does weaken us significantly, and make it potentially easy for opponents to score against us. I couldn't see them being able to knock us out like or anything, but they could give us a scare maybe if we don't take it seriously enough. So yeah, I suppose the result is the important thing. But yeah, all of it though, like performance and getting no more injuries, we really can't afford any more injuries to players, like because we are low on numbers at the moment. Like we're going into a crucial period of the season.
Okay. So yeah, so out of the three, you have to choose one of the three. Which one is it? Is the injuries to you is the most important?
But it'd have to be the result, wouldn't it? Getting through
Okay.
would be number one. Second, I suppose, would be no more injuries, and last on the list would have to be performance. If it's not that good a performance, but we still win and don't get any injuries, who are we to complain?
Okay. Okay. How about for you, JK?
For me, bro, it's all about the result. Yep.
Okay.
It's all about the result.
You want to put in your prediction of what you can give your the lineup that you prefer to see, and then give the lineup you expect to see from Arne Slot.
Okay. Got Mabadashvili. I'll give Frimpong first half just to keep him going, because he's missed so much football. So I'll play him right back. Defense, Gomez. And that's where the problem is. Who are you going to play with Gomez? I'll leave that for now. Then I'll probably play. And actually, you know what? I'll go Ramsay right back. Yeah. Ramsay right back, Gomez. Robertson left back. Mabadashvili in goal. And then centre back, I'm not sure yet. Then in midfield, I'll play Naoni, Curtis Jones. Is Endo back yet, bro? I heard he was.
He's doubtful. He's listed as doubtful, but there's no guarantee that he has fitness to play.
That's the thing. So there's about 2 spots I don't really know who to play there yet. So, and on the left, I'll play Rio. Up top, Gapco. And then on the right, Chiesa.
Okay.
So it's the centre back and a midfielder I'm not sure about.
Okay. All right, we all know this is as Slot said, or excuse me, as Slot said, as Lee said, Slot's answer would probably be all three. He'd say, it's about the result, it's about the performance, it's about, getting through injuries. We all understand that, but we've got to go into this game strong, controlled, measured, and get a result, get through with no injuries, and really continue to make the most out of this year for our trophy count. It'd be great. If we can't win the title this year in the Premier League, I'm not saying it's completely inevitable that Arsenal win it, but if we couldn't win the title, then hey, I wouldn't mind us being the Champions League winners and the FA Cup winners as well. Do a double that way. That's worth the parade, in my opinion. All right, from rotation responsibility to rivalry and reaction, move on with on what this draw actually means for Liverpool in the bigger picture, and that is our always fun trivia. We have trivia. Norm's in the house, I see, and Dara. So you guys you've got some ringers in the chat for you to help you get through this. Don't be shy to put in whatever you think is your answer, because we're going to do something unique. We're going to go Lee and JK versus the chat. We're going to do Lee and JK versus the chat. So I will ask these questions. This is the time for you. Trivia time for you. And then we have a bonus round. You're all trying to make it to the bonus round, the final round. And that is the ultimate round. All right. Do you want to go first? Or do you want the chat to go first? Lee and JK.
You can go. Let the chat have it first.
Yeah, let us Shaq go first. Yeah.
Okay. When did Liverpool last lose their first FA Cup tie? When was the last time Liverpool lost their first FA Cup tie in a campaign? What was the year that happened? Meaning their first tie in the FA Cup. So
Third
sometimes
round.
third
Yeah.
round is what you'd say. Yeah. When was the first time we lost in the third round? Basically, our first. You know how the FA Cup has rounds before, but we're not involved in them. Then third round, we get our first involvement in FA Cup. When was the first time? When's the last time we lost in our first game of the FA Cup in a season? Don't give him the answer. I know Lee was about to say something.
No, well, I mentioned one earlier, but it definitely isn't the one I mentioned earlier from Souness's reign. We've got out the third round since then, definitely.
Okay.
You know, we have. But,
all right, I'll give you guys half a point, because it was against the Wolves, but it was 2019 was the year that we last got knocked out of the FA Cup so early. 2019 was the last time. All right, so I'll give them half a point. I'm being nice. Let's go to the panel for their answer. Which two Barnsley players have Liverpool Academy connections? Which two Barnsley players have Liverpool Academy connections?
I don't know any of the Barnsley players. Not a one.
Not a one.
The JK's going to have to come up with the goods here, like all by himself, if he can.
That's a tough one. I know. That is a tough one.
If they're in League One right now, no.
All right. Let's see if the chat can steal the answer. I'll give you a chance to steal the answer. Which two Barnsley players? Phillips is one. Adam Phillips is one. Can you name the other? You guys, name one. I see that. Can you name the other one?
Is Adam Phillips any relation to Nat Phillips? No.
Oh, I don't know. I do not know. I don't even know if he will. Let me see if any of the players will actually predict at the start. Actually, Adam Phillips is predicted to start, actually. The other player is not. But, all right. It was a good try. Vimal Yagathan. Yaganathan, maybe is how you pronounce his last name. Yeah. Okay. All right. I know that you guys are on the tips of the edge of your seats for that one. But all right. That was a good try. All right. Back to the chat. How many FA Cups have Liverpool won? How many FA Cups?
Oh, was it 9? No.
It's for the chat. This is one for the chat.
Sorry. Whatever it is, we're well behind Arsenal and like United. I think there's others. It's a trophy out of all the trophies that can be won. The FA Cup is the one that we've won the least.
Yep.
All the others we've.
I'd like to see us get more FA Cups. I'd like to see us get more FA Cups.
That's
right.
No one's won more bloody League Cups than us, European Cups than us, UEFA Cups /
Here's one.
Leagues than us, leagues than us, but the FA Cup, we cannot claim that distinction. It's the one trophy where we can't claim that distinction, so we've won it more than anyone else.
Here's one for you then, Lee. Who scored the winning goal for Liverpool on January 12th, 1988? Who scored the winning goal for Liverpool on January 12th, 1988?
Against Barnsley. Was it?
I don't think it was against Barnsley, though. It was in the FA Cup.
Well, we lost the final to Wimbledon that year. Who did we beat in the cannot remember who we beat in the first round that season, but it ended up at Wembley against Wimbledon. And Peter Beardsley scored a perfectly good goal that was ruled out before that Lorry Sanchez header, the famous Lorry Sanchez header. I don't know. I cannot think who we played in the first round that year.
Who scored? All right, I'll give it a chat then. I'll look up who the actual game was against, to tell you the truth, too.
Who scored? I'll say Aldo. Aldo. Did his Aldo thing that he was doing.
It was. Yep, Norm remembers it well. It was versus Stoke City. It was in the FA Cup. It was 1988, January 12th, 1988. And it was, let's see. See if you guys know who. Yep, he got it right too. It was Stoke City. But do you remember who scored the goal, though? That was the original question. So who scored that goal? Who scored the goal? Let me see if they have the person that scored the goal. Got the team right. Got the day and the team right. Who scored that goal? It was the FA Cup replay, too, by the way. Do you want another shot at it now that you know what it is? Since I've given so many hints, Lee.
Who scored? I said Aldo before.
Okay. All right. Well, you got it wrong anyway. Sorry. But Norm got it right. Norm got it right.
Okay. His partner in crime, Beardsley.
Yep. Peter himself. All right. Is this one? I think this one's for the chat, right? Because that one I gave that one to you, so I'll give the chat a point for that. Chat is running away with this one. How many FA Cup matches have Liverpool played in total? I'll accept two different answers too, considering we're going to play tomorrow. How many FA Cup matches have Liverpool played in total? This is for the chat.
Okay.
And I'll give the chat a hint. It is obviously in the hundreds. It's in the 400 range. I'll even give you that. It's in the 400 range. It's somewhere in the 400s. How many FA Cup matches have Liverpool played in total? 426 is in 418. 400 is incorrect. I'm going to give you guys a chance to steal this, guys. Just throw out a 400 number. What is the number that you think is how many times we have played in the FA Cup? How many FA Cup matches do we have?
It's been going over.
Red Armchair Supporter, you are very, very close, by the way. You are like, if this is Price is Right, you'd be going for the showcase. What do you want to do? What's the number you want to go with, Lee? 400 and
I don't know.
Just pick a number. Norm is close to
470. Okay,
all right. Norm was very close. Red Armchair Supporter was very close. It is 450. If you Google it, it says 454 to 455 for some reason. But
Be a lot of replays in that. God,
right.
we had, I think we had 3 replays in the FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal one year and went out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is your question, Lee. How did Barnsley reach this FA Cup final or FA Cup tie against Liverpool? Excuse me. How did they reach the FA Cup tie against us? Who did they beat?
I do not know.
You do not know. Okay.
It would be a wild guess if I was to say so.
Okay.
Was it Doncaster?
It is not.
Was it Bridlington Town?
It was not. I'll give the chat a point because they got one of the teams. If you can name the other team that they beat to get here in the first round, I was either first or second round, I'm not sure which one. I think they beat Peterborough in the second round. So who they beat in the first round? I'll give you an extra point if you can get that one too. I'll give you an extra point, chat.
Colchester.
It's not. No, it was York City. York City was the
York City. I remember us playing them years ago. York City.
All right. This is for the chat. When did Liverpool last lose at home in the third round of the FA Cup? When was the last time Liverpool lost at Anfield in the third round of the FA Cup? Which year? You can tell me which year. If you tell me the team, I'll give you an extra point for that. The chat.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves 2017 is the answer. I want to double check this too. Let me double check my answer because that's not the answer I have.
Seem to remember us getting knocked out. I think it was the FA Cup by a Paul Lambert Villa team or some shit. Maybe. Or maybe it was the other cup. Maybe it was the League Cup.
Hold on a second. Let me I'm just gonna double checking because I don't have that answer. Normally when Norm says an answer and he's distinct about it, I just want to make sure that I am right. Oh, you know what? I know how I can find whether it's right or wrong. Hold on a second. That is incorrect. Liverpool, not since 2010 have Liverpool lost at home in the third round of the FA Cup when they were eliminated by Reading in a replay. I should have gave you guys a chance to. Did you know that one, Lee?
Say it again, sorry.
When was the last time Liverpool?
No, I know that
lost?
the answer. Yeah, the answer.
Reading. Okay, he said Reading. I see it. He said Wolves 2017 first. That's why. And then he said Reading 2010. I see it. I see you. I got you, Lee. Lee. He got it. He got it right.
I can't remember the Reading one now. That one slipped me memory.
Yeah. 2010. It was a replay too. All right. How many clean sheets have Barnsley kept in their last 25 matches? I'm asking that to the chat. How many clean sheets have Barnsley kept in their last 25 matches? I'll give you a hint. You can count it on one hand. You can count them on one hand. That's how many they have. Lee, you want to take a shot at this one? I see everyone's going.
How many clean sheets have they kept in the last 25, did you say?
Yep. and they can count it on one hand. On one
mm,
hand.
Right, I'll say 4. I'll give them 4.
You want 4 too? It would be those 2. They have 2
Just
clean sheets.
2 in the last 25. Oh, yeah. Well, we
That's
should be
2 clean
scoring
sheets
then,
in
shouldn't we? If we don't score a few goals, there's something seriously wrong, isn't there? Something rotten.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this one. This one's a layup for you. Who did Liverpool beat in the 2022 FA Cup final? That's an easy one. List for you, Lee. That was an easy one.
Yeah, that will have been Arsenal.
Let me repeat this. Who did Liverpool beat in the 2022 FA Cup final?
Oh, I thought you said 2001. I was thinking of Hoolier. In 22, Chelsea.
That would be correct. All right, you're on the board. Panel's on the board. All right. All right. This one's for you, chat. How many FA Cup penalty shootouts have Liverpool played, and how many of them have they won? How many FA Cup penalty shootouts have Liverpool played in, and how many of those have they won? How many FA Cup penalty shootouts have Liverpool played in, and how many of those shootouts have Liverpool won? Did I say FA Cup finals? I don't think I said FA Cup final. I just said FA Cup penalty shootouts.
Yeah. In any round, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not making a distinction of the finals. No.
Well, I don't know. In the 40s, is it? We've been in a pen shootout in the FA Cup. Maybe we've won 35 of them. Of 47. There's a guess for you.
17-1-9. Okay. What was the number you said, Lee?
So in the 40s sometimes.
Okay. No, that's not even close. But okay. That's more like it, Red Armchair Supporter. That's more like it. You got half the question right. Liverpool have contested 4 penalty shootouts in the FA Cup in total, winning them all. They've won in 1992, 2006, and in 2022. They obviously had 2 in one of those years.
That 1992 one, yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm. These are all Liverpool FC.com verified answers, by the way. All right. How about this then? How many times have Liverpool and Barnsley met at Anfield? This number is actually surprising. This answer is actually surprising. How many times have Liverpool and Barnsley met at Anfield?
I don't know, about 34.
34. In all comps, yes, in all comps, not just in FA Cup. They have, I see 2-15s being shouts out. I'll give Red Armchair Supporter a chance to get his answer in there. 8 is Red Armchair. That's a good one. Red Armchair Supporter is like very close with a lot of his answers. Liverpool and Barnsley have met at Anfield 11 times.
At all? Yeah.
That is, yeah, they've met.
We had Reed in our team last time they were in the Prem. The only time they were in the Prem.
Let's see. Across all competitions, Liverpool and Barnsley have met at Anfield on 11 occasions. 11 occasions. The Reds have won 5, drawn 4, and lost 2 at Merseyside. All right. Who were the last lower league opponents Liverpool faced before Barnsley? Who were the last lower league opponents faced before Barnsley? Can you name the team? Liverpool, that obviously Liverpool faced.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Plymouth was the last one, wasn't it? 'Cause they knocked us out.
Let me double check on this one. Double check. Let me double check because I have a different answer. I have for some reason I have a different team. Hold on. It would be, I know it says Plymouth surely. I know that Plymouth, but for some reason, Liverpool FC gave me the answer of this is the first time since 2017 the Reds have met a lower league side at this stage. Maybe that's the reason why, but this is the first time since 2017 the Reds have met a lower side at this stage in a second successive season. And the last time was them hosting Accrington Stanley. That was the answer that I was given by Liverpool FC. That was the answer I was given. So don't yell at me. I know that you guys are like, oh, no, it's Plymouth. I know. I should be Plymouth. I would think it would be Plymouth. But, all right, how about this then? When did Barnsley last beat Liverpool at Anfield? I'll give you extra points if you can give me when or what the score was, if you know it. But when did Barnsley last beat Liverpool at Anfield? And it was in the FA Cup that I'm referencing. So last time they beat us was in the FA Cup. When was the last time? Yes, it was 2-1. 2-1, 2008. It was. Good answer. Oh, wow. The chat is just killing it. It's because you guys got some heavy hitters out there. All right. Well, how many FA Cup ties have Liverpool won on January 12th? This is for the chat. I'm just now making this an open one. Since Lee is off making
Well,
what JK doing. So you want to say 12?
yeah.
That's a good guess. Very good guess. How many FA Cup ties have Liverpool won on January 12th? What do you mean? 13. That's a good guess too. It's a very good guess.
11.
Red Arm Jesse person. It would be 11.
Hey.
Tomorrow, if we win, we can win 12 on January 12th. That's why I was bringing up that, for those that like numerology and stuff, that's, it's a big thing. All right. When did Liverpool last play Barnsley on January 12th? What was the last time we played Barnsley on January 12th? The last time we did, I'll give you the hint, it was a League Cup game. So when was the last time we played Barnsley on January 12th? Oh, I'm sorry, breaking up a little bit. When was the last time we played Barnsley on January 12th?
1971.
1971. 1924 is what Lee's going with. Okay.
The League Cup
would be.
Yeah,
It would be
Cup.
what? Yeah. No, Norm got it. 1982. It was a 0-0 draw at Anfield. League Cup. The League Cup. All right. Since the chat made it absolutely crushed Lee, I don't even know if JK is still with us right now. I'll let Lee and the chat do this final round together. Now, Liverpool FC does this. You know how I brought up Liverpool FC does a quiz they offer. It's like usually like 8 or 9 different questions. This time was 9 questions. The only way you can go about doing it is or you got to go. They give you like a certain amount of time. They give you like I think a minute or so, or 90 seconds to answer each question. And you have to not only answer the question, but you obviously there's no going back. So I would just bring up a quiz for you and say, call up the website, but I can't do that. I have to go about it this way, which is I had to take screenshots of the pictures of the questions to offer them to you as well. I took the quiz already, and I already got a score. The score that you're trying to beat will be 8 out of 9 for you to beat the quiz master here. And with that said, let's begin. Are you ready, Lee? Mm-hmm. This is multiple choice too, people. This is multiple choice. Don't worry, it's multiple choice. All right. Here is the first question. How many times have the Reds won the FA Cup to date?
That would be the middle answer.
All right. Let me give you a point. All right. Next question. In which year did they lift it for the first time?
Again, the middle answer.
The middle answer would be correct. All right. All right. Let's see. Next question. You guys are just rifling through these. Who did Liverpool face in the 3rd round last season?
That was Achi, wasn't it? Accrington Stanley. And then Plymouth knocked us out. Then in the next round.
That would be... that'd be correct. Accrington Stanley. All right. The club's all-time top scorer in the FA Cup is...
Not certain of this one. Well, probably my natural inclination is to go for Rushy.
That would be
Rushmore.
That would be correct.
There you go.
Rushmore. All right. Next question. Who won the last FA Cup tie between Liverpool and Barnsley in 2008?
Barnsley.
That would be correct. I'm
on a roll.
All right. The 2 managers who led Liverpool to win, 2 managers who have led Liverpool to lift the FA Cup twice. Who are the 2 managers to lift the FA Cup twice as Liverpool manager?
That's Bill Shankly and Kenny Dalglish.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. You guys are definitely on a roll. The Reds have advanced from the 3rd round in each of the previous blank seasons.
7?
7, because you said we got knocked out in 2019 by Wolves. Was it 7 seasons or 6? Say 7.
Hold on, let me make sure I got this one right. Everyone's going. Oh, there's a lot of answers in there. You guys are going with a lot of different answers. Let me double check on this one. Let me double check.
2019, when you said we lost to Wolves and went out under Klopp, was the last one. Then that's what, six or seven seasons ago.
I think I got this. I think this is the question I got wrong. That's why I want to double check. How many? All right, let's see. Let me see. Let me see what good old Google says. Double check. You said, what's your answer?
7.
7. Okay. I'm
Lucky
gonna
number
have
7.
to. All right, I'm gonna give a pause on this answer. I'll give you a pause. I'll come back to this one. I'll come back to this one and tell you if you're right or wrong. You're saying 7. I haven't noted. Because the answer I have isn't one of those answers actually. Because I have Liverpool FC have advanced from the FA Cup third round in 5 consecutive seasons before the streak was broken. The streak ended in 24-25 season with us losing to Accrington Stanley in the third round. We didn't lose. No, we didn't lose. No, after beating Accrington Stanley, we're eliminated in the 4th round by Plymouth Argyle. Excuse me.
Yeah,
the
so
last
that's
exit.
4th round, yeah.
Last exit at the 3rd round stage prior to that was 2019. So it is 6 years. It's 6 years. It's 6.
I think it was 6 or 7. That's what I said. Sorry, 19.
What'd you say? Did you say 6? You said 7.
Yeah, I went for 7 in the end. Thought I'd put an extra season on it for some reason.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's do this next question then. What is the club's biggest win in the FA Cup 3rd round?
6-0?
I would say 8. Okay. No.
It would be what the chat and Lee just said. 8-0.
Yes, sir.
Liverpool FC's biggest win in the FA Cup 3rd round match was 8-0 over. Who was it over?
Stoke. Stoke City.
Swansea City.
Swansea.
Yeah, in a replay on January 9th, 1990. The original match had been a 0-0 draw, but in the replay at Anfield, Liverpool scored 8 unanswered goals. A lot of players scored in this one. Steve Nicol even had a goal in this one. Wow, all right. Obviously, Ian Rush didn't want to be outdone. He had a hat trick in that one. Can you name the player who had a brace in that game? 1990. Who had a brace in that game?
So I've told you, Norm, I was at that Fulham 10-0. We were singing, keeper, keeper, give us a save. Keeper, give us a save. It was dead funny, that game. It was one of the most enjoyable ones I ever went to as a kid. 10-0 against Fulham in the League Cup. It's dead funny.
Yes.
Keeper got lots of stick. There was other songs that I can't remember. I wish I could strain my memory better. We had a few songs for him about letting goals in.
It would be Barnes. It would be Barnesy.
I don't remember that one. 1990. I must have been busy.
Bloody busy.
Oh,
all right. The time ran out before I could get the screenshot for this one. So the last question on here was, which LFC Red had a loan spell with Barnsley? Was it Barnes, Mobley, or Redknapp?
I think Molby, no?
Yeah, Molby.
That would be correct.
Go on.
There you
Me, Jeffo went
go.
Barnsley or Jamie.
There you go. All right. Whoops. I'm gonna do
Norman was at the Palace 9-0. I remember that game. Big game that was.
Yeah. Well done to the chat. Well done. Well done. Well done to the chat. Well done to the panel. JK decided to join us for the last bit of it and showed his expertise by throwing in some correct answers.
I was
Very
waiting
good.
until I knew the answer to one of the questions you asked. I thought, I knew this one. I'll come back.
I gotta come back for it. Come back for that one. I got you. Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Last but not least, let's get some before we bounce out of here. Let's get some score predictions and scorer predictions in this game. Who do you think is going to be the scorer, the party starter? You know, all the jazz. Who do you have being the party starter, the scorer, and the scorers?
Mm-hmm.
Lee, you're up first.
I'll say Sobbo gets a goal. If he starts, why not? Sobbo's one of his shots from the edge of the box, a low one,
Okay.
a daisy cutter into the corner, or just past the keeper. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I back Sobbo to start scoring.
Okay. So what's the score? What's the score line you have?
I'll say 4-1.
4-1. Wow. We can't keep Barnsley, keep clean sheet against Barnsley.
No, we can't, sadly. Even though we kept Arsenal, I was easily and made them look shit by doing it, like, because they couldn't hurt us. We won't be able to do it against Barnsley because we'll go back to the usual where we're not concentrating properly and we'll let them in.
Okay. How about for you? Okay. What's your score?
Evening, Jimmy, as well. Hope you're cool. I'm going 3-0. Same as Red Armchair, same as Bonkers. And I think Chiesa will score the first goal.
Ooh. Little Italian stallion. All right.
Hey, what's this bollocks about Juve trying to get him on loan, Chiesa? If he's leaving, they need to be buying him, like, none of this scroungy loan business, like, that the Italians are fond of these days. No try before you buy here, mate. You either buy, you know what I mean? You buy him or you don't. You're not loaning them to you. As the song says, the song that we made for Fezzi, it says F of Juve in it. And that's what I say about the idea of loaning them to them.
Hey, he's good with going even to Turin, actually, as well. I know that he wouldn't mind going to them for a permanent move, if that's the case. He just wants to. I think Chiesa's done with England and with Arne Slot's treatment of him. I think, and I can understand why.
It distressed me somewhat when all the best players used to go to Italy for the money, and like Rushy went, and not Souness went. But not many of ours ever did, but Rushy and Souness went, and that was enough to annoy me because they were hard to replace, like, especially Souness. So, like, seeing the way Italian football is now, there's a certain amount of Schadenfreude in it for me, like, that I can laugh at them all being skint because it's where everybody used to go there for the money. And it used to piss me off when I was a kid losing our best players to there. Or just the fact all the best players went there and none of them used to come here when I was a kid used to annoy me as well. Not just if they took players from us, just the fact that all the best players in the world went there and we never seen them here instead. It was like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I got my score that I'm going with is going to be 4-0. I am going to go. If Ekitike does get a start in this game or does get some time, I would put Ekitike in that list. But I'm going to say McAllister is my party starter, and I picked him. I'm just going to keep picking him, I guess, until he does. And considering I picked him in the last couple of games, I picked McAllister to get the goal. And I'm also going to say that If Flo starts, I think Flo will get a goal in this game. But if not, I'll go with Chiesa, Maka, Rio, and Joe Gomez. Let's go, Joe Gomez gets a goal. His first goal. Let's go, Joe Gomez in this one. Why not?
I'm happy he's sort of fit again, pretty quickly. It hasn't been like months, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets a goal, fair play to him.
If he gets a goal, oh wow, that'd be great. I'm sure everyone will be on cloud 9 for him if he gets a goal, especially if we get the win. But if he gets the goal, especially. Well, that's all we have for today's show. But hopefully, it was one that you guys enjoyed. Appreciate the fact you guys participated in the trivia. Big shout to our panel, JK and Lee, for joining us today.
Sorry, bro.
What we have next tomorrow is what time is this game tomorrow?
I think 7:45 England, UK time.
Okay,
7:45.
so yeah, we can do it. Yeah, I'll do a Reds roll call for tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be with us to participate in that, and also, let's get this win, man. Let's get this win. That's what it comes down to. You guys want to say anything before we part ways, temporarily part ways with our chat here? JK, you want to say anything?
Yeah, just bless up the chat as always, man. Top lads. Jimmy just told us about the Man U game. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So they're out. Yeah, man. Just look forward to the next few games. Important ones. 2 at home. Not a great team. Hence why I'd probably keep Ekatike on the bench for Burnley, and then get him ready for the Marseille game. But 2 games at home and this weather, so sorted.
Okay. Yeah, if Brian is live, definitely go. If I had the ability to, once I get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, then I can start, directing everyone to other shows, but I don't have that ability just yet. We got to get there. But yeah, definitely check out Brian's show if you want to continue listening to some good Anfield entertainment. And Lee, what would you like to say to people before they do that, or possibly do that?
Yeah, just thanks to everybody. Thanks in the chat. Thanks for your opinions and your contributions. See you again soon.
All right. We are out with that. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the like button. Subscribe. Drop your answers to the trivia in the comments if you didn't catch this live, or tell us what your lineup is, or what you think you think is going to score. Just participate with the show. This channel enjoys your participation. The back and forth is always a really, really fun thing to have. And we appreciate each and every one of you each and every time. So until tomorrow, and until our FA Cup tie is a reality, we will say you'll never walk alone, of course, but always, as and foremost too, as well, up the Reds each and every time. Up the Reds. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and take care.
Peace.